everybody, it's Melissa here from Melissa Shares, and we just got back from our vacation to the fair. I wanted to talk to you today about the fair because it is a family tradition that is near and dear to my heart. It's something that I've been doing since I was a little kid, going with my family every year. I wanted to share this with you because this is the first of two extremely budget-friendly vacations that we have booked this summer for our family. We have been going as a family now that I'm an adult for the past 2 years, doing it as a day trip, which is a little bit of a schlep. This year we decided to overnight, so I will share down below all of the expenses and what we paid in case you want to try to recreate something like this for your family. Now, while everyone else is planning trips to Europe and trips to Disneyland, I wanted to tell you why I highly recommend the fair. The first reason is that it is extremely exciting, energetic, exotic, and fabulous for children, just like those other places are, but it is probably in your own backyard. It is affordable, and so really, while those other places are fine and good, they may be outside certain people's budgets, but the fair is within everyone's budget. This year we made a stop at the grocery store, which is a sponsor of the fair, and we bought discounted tickets. So my husband and I went for $16 a piece, and the kids happened to be free. Depending on what your fair offers in your area, there might be discounts for teachers, for servicemen and servicewomen. There's all different kinds of categories that have free days at the fair, and I suggest that you look into it and take advantage of those discounts. I also highly recommend doing what we do, which is bringing your own food to the fair. There are so many delicious things to eat at the fair. Believe me, I would be eating like cinnamon buns all day long if someone would let me, but I find that with kids, it does get expensive to eat all of that junk food that's very delicious but very expensive. So we packed a lunch, our friends who came with us packed food, and that made it a really inexpensive and budget-friendly trip while also being healthy for the kids. And obviously you can buy a treat or two along the way to make it fun and special. My next suggestion of why you want to consider this is that it is a highly educational trip to go to the fair. I love going every year because there's something different going on every single day of the fair. Ours goes from June, the beginning of June, through the 4th of July, and you can visit multiple times and have a different experience every day. For my family, the highlights of the fair are all of the agricultural things, and living in California, we are like the fruit basket of the world, and so every sort of crop or animal or dairy category is represented there, and it is hands-on for your children. So my children have incredible learning and incredible freedom when we go to the fair every year, even from like a tiny, barely walking age. Whether that is milking a cow, milking a goat, watching sheep being sheared, visiting fancy rabbits and fancy guinea pigs, milk goats, turkeys, and not only are they doing and seeing and touching these things, but oftentimes they are meeting children their age who raise those animals and who ultimately are going to maybe sell that animal to be given up for butchering for meat or to be for milk or to be for wool. So there's a full cycle and real learning, and there's really no mincing words at the fair. It's real life and real learning that I appreciate for my children that is not an amusement park. So that for me is like the heart of what I love about the fair. The other thing that I love about the fair that really teaches my kids a great lesson is that everyone at the fair has something to teach and to share and to celebrate. So the fair is all about celebrating your talents, your interests, your hobbies. I am a huge fan of the table decorating competition, the cake decorating, the home and hobby exhibits where people are weaving and knitting and needle pointing, and there's looms and the kids can do the loom. There's spinning wool that the kids just saw being sheared off the sheep. So it's really like the full classic American kind of celebration of all different kinds of talents. There are grade school children who are exhibiting their artworks. There are little kids who are doing dance performances. There are horses doing jumps. There's so much going on. It's being judged, so there's also that understanding of first, second, and third going on. And there's also the celebration of just participating and learning. I love about the fair that it's a place where you can go and you pay admission and you really don't have to spend any additional money. So this is really the budget angle that I wanted to share with you in case you haven't been to a fair or in case you have concerns. There are people teaching, demonstrating, helping children every step of the way at the fair. So whether that's planting seeds or milking a goat or learning about pollinators, I love that at our fair there is a section called The Farm that is devoted to hobby gardening and learning about nature and really appreciating the animals and plants that are in our backyards or that we might plant in our backyards. And so for that, I'm so grateful. This is a summer pilgrimage that we make every year. It is something that I did every year of my life growing up, and it's something that my littlest one has done every single year of her life. It's something that's going to live on and grow in their memory as a family tradition that I love so, so much. This year we added on to the trip by deciding to spend an overnight. The drive is a long one for us. It's about 2.5 to 3 hours drive. And since San Diego is, everything is beachside and beautiful down there, we spent the day in Del Mar at the county fair, and then we overnighted in Oceanside on a beachfront Airbnb or VRBO, whatever we used. Anyway, that was sort of gilding the lily a little bit. You could definitely stay in more of a budget motel and also go to the beach, but we decided to splurge this year since we really wanted to get away. And this was just a tiny overnight mini trip, and the kids really got a kick out of it. So my last piece of advice is extend the fun. It's a lot to drive in one day for us to go to a fair and have all that energy spent. So we spent a little bit extra, and we had wine, listening to the waves at night. The kids had a wonderful overnight sleeping by the sound of the ocean, and then we woke up and had a great day walking on the beach, eating at the local diner, eating jelly straight out of the carton at the diner, which is what my kids like to do, and just having really simple, plain summertime fun. If you haven't been before, I highly recommend that you go and have a great time and support your local fair and watch those kids showing their animals. Go visit those camels. Whatever is on display, go and ooh and ah with your kids and admire and marvel over it all. I am as old as I am, and I still learn something every year that I go to the fair, and I look forward to going again next year. I hope you guys are having a great summer, and whatever budget you're on, I hope that you're going to be doing something fun and something to just kick back and relax and enjoy yourselves. Let me know in the comments down below if you go to your summertime fair and what your favorite things to do there are. And as always, thank you for being here on my channel. I hope you stick around, and I'll see you back here on my next video. Bye-bye.